And now, a word from
Infirmary Media.
Hi.
It's time for Blumpkin and Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
I think they said something about, like, a podcast or whatever. I don't know.
Hey, kids. I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me here today is my friend...
Dr. Mer.
Oh, I thought you were going to do something else. You slowly approach the microphone. I wasn't sure where that was going.
I considered it.
Oh, okay. Well, Mer is back, and you haven't been here for quite some time.
It's been a while.
I looked back. This is your 6th appearance.
God, shit, no kidding.
Yeah.
I like it.
I went back and looked at that last night as I was preparing for the show, as a professional would do, which most of the time I just don't because I'm so tired and busy. But he is here to talk about, he recently played a show. You may have heard the episode where Joey Black was here talking about genre treason going back to the stage. And then the day of the show, I found out that you were going to be there. Doing a beatboxing set, a little bit of master of ceremonies work.
It's typically what it evolves into nowadays. I just like fucking around with people. I never get paid to do them, really, so I can just kind of do whatever I want.
I guess that takes the edge off the pressure to perform extra well to earn your money. You can just do whatever the fuck you want for the sake of expression because you're like, I'm not getting paid anyway.
Well, and to a certain degree, it's kind of formed my style that way when I'm on stage. I'm more of an entertainment act in general, which I like. I like fucking with people, do a stand-up bit, get crowd interaction. I really like that kind of stuff, so it kind of works out anyways.
Yes, I have to say that was my first time seeing genre treason. It had taken me years for our schedules to sync up.
No, I hear you, man.
All they would have had to do was just play during the week. Fuckers with their Thursday, Friday, and Saturday shows when I'm dadding and being an adult.
When you were working third shift, weren't you?
I was working third shift almost exclusively.
That does not help.
But seeing them perform, and then you went on, and you did an excellent job. You guys, none of you had been on the stage in like over a year.
Yeah, year and a half, I'd say.
I think Lunchbox said it was like a year and change, just over for them. Why was the last time you performed with them too?
I think so. Yeah, most of the times we perform we're together now. Since we met, I'd say damn near. I branched off and done a couple things like an electronic artist here and there, but yeah, most of the time.
So that was at Lee's Liquor Lounge in Minneapolis.
Correct.
And I got there, and I really had to pee. And the dude was like, "Hey, are you here for them?" I'm like, here's my money. Oh, if you got a pad search me, dude, here's my ID. Hurry up, I'm about to piss my pants.
Yeah, I remember that when he got there too.
He's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, here you go."
Yeah, they were cool there too. It was a good spot. I liked it. Sound guy was dope.
Yeah.
I broke a microphone, and they were really cool with it. So,
see, that was the funny thing about it is all of a sudden, I wasn't sure if your bass blew out the speaker.
Everything was the kicks.
But it fucked the mic up?
Yeah, the diaphragm inside that vibrates to give you all the sound. I think my bass kick fucked the diaphragm up.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You out-bassed a microphone to death.
It happens.
I guess. Fuck. And then I spent most of the show just awkwardly sitting behind their merchandise booth as if I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, I really embrace shows, man. I walk around, I dance, I try to get people moving up and moving and shaking. I love it.
Well, the thing about that show, unfortunately, is that most of the people there were the performing acts.
That's typically how it goes, really. Yeah.
Well, it was a Tuesday?
Yes, it was a Tuesday, too.
Tuesday the 12th of March. Yeah, I enjoyed your beatbox set, and then you blowing out the equipment was quite entertaining.
It's fun.
And then you took it up a notch, and you started just blindly taking requests.
Yeah, I love doing that. I love doing shit like that, dude.
But, and this was the best part for me, is there's a few times like, I don't know that shit. Next
request.
People are just like, come on, play that. I don't fucking know that. Shut up. Don't fucking tell me what to do, even though I want you to
sometimes
tell me what
to
do.
Even when I know it, I'm so in the moment. Oh, I just I lose it.
You blank.
Yeah, that's cool.
I said last time I saw you that I would enjoy hearing you do like an instrumental vocal cover of Genuine's Pony Beat.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've done it before.
You said that you have done that one before, just because of the deep bass.
Yeah, that one. There's back in the day, like when I started beatboxing, there was always staple covers people fucking did, and that was one of the biggest ones. Like everybody did Pony. A lot of people did Satisfaction, which I nailed down pretty fucking well. I think I did it that night too. I'm trying to think, what are some of the other ones? Drop It Like It's Hot. That was another really big one that people always did. Because I think that one actually is, I think that's how they made that beat, was with a beatbox.
Really?
Yeah. Or mouth noises. I think when you listen to it, it's actually someone going... I think. Could be wrong.
Well, my main takeaway from that show, other than that it was great to finally see my friends perform, is I'm sitting there from behind the merch table in the corner watching people going, God, I wish I would just finally suck it up and try doing this. And then as soon as I thought about being up there, I started having a panic attack. I'm not even performing. I'm just visualizing performing. And my fucking heart just starts racing. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? Am I about to have an 8-mile moment with no payoff? Am I going to go into the bathroom and vomit just thinking about it?
Yeah, no, man, it's something definitely got to get used to. And different performances are different too. Like, I choke in front of other beatboxers. Because, like, when I'm at a beatbox battle, I feel like there's just so much more weight on me. And especially because a lot of people know me underground and they like my stuff. It's like, I don't know, it's a different type of pressure. Because then you feel the need more to impress with your skills rather than just entertain people. And so when I'm at shows like this, it's just, I get to entertain people. So I don't give a fuck what I do. I'm just having fun.
Right. Well, and then the video of, what was it, the Swiss beatbox competition you did?
Well, I did. So I've put in the past. I put in a lot of what they call wild cards, and it's where you put in a video that the judges choose if they want to have you in the battle. Otherwise, I do have an official shout out on Swiss Beatbox, which is just you just doing a shout out video and him putting it up.
Well, I'm thinking the videos I've seen of you competing that were on YouTube.
So those were the Midwest Beatbox battle. Both of
okay.
Those. I think that's the only time I battled was the Midwest twice, and I did dog shit each time.
You really think so?
Oh yeah, dog shit, absolute dog shit. Because again, I get so caught up and I'm like, I have to impress, I have to do fucking really good, and then I lose track of all my material, and I lose track of the reason people even like me in the first place. And it's just, yeah, man, really, it helps to be yourself more than anything.
Maybe you need note cards.
Yeah, right.
In your pocket, just start pull them out and just start looking at your shit. And be like,
a lot of dudes do, because they have they have vocal cues for their bits, their little their riffs and stuff, so they can pull those out and go, oh yeah.
So do you just watch that video sometimes, just go, fucking, you suck, you bitch?
I don't watch my battle videos at all. Because I know they're dog shit and I fucking hate them. I just hate them so much. I love my Swiss. My Swiss shout out I really liked. My wildcard videos I really like. I've got like one video on my YouTube that has like 10,000 or 30,000 views or something.
Yeah.
And it's a shout out video, the one that people really liked.
Nice.
Which is one of my more famous routines, if you want to call it that.
Well, every time you've been on the show and I've had you beatbox the outro, I have a file of just those beatboxes, and I haven't decided if I'm going to try to mix them together somehow.
Be kind of dope.
With some of the beats that I've been making. See if I can do it in BandLab and incorporate it. But it changes, so it'd be different. I'd have to also switch up which loops I'm using to go with it.
Yeah, you could definitely trim them into actual loops and use them that way for sure. Because I've done that with I guess she's more or less an electronic artist, Megan Hamilton. We did a song and she called it Box Beater, where I did some snippets and some things, and then she put them over some, basically some electronic noises. We made a cool song out of it. It was actually really cool.
I can't lie. Immediately my brain went to thinking that sounds lesbianic.
Ironically enough.
Box Beater.
Ironically enough.
We all get done with our jobs, working at Home Depot, and we go meet up at the bar. Eat a few rounds of cheese curds, onion rings, go home, beat some boxes, and wake up the next morning and compare fist stinks.
Mm-hmm. But no, she's a cool chick. I'd love to do more work with her for sure. I haven't talked to her in quite some time, but it was a good time for sure.
Now, have you thought about throwing together like a mixtape?
Yeah, for 10 years, man. Even when I started playing guitar, even when I was playing drums, I've always wanted to do something. I just never knew the best way to do it. I feel like just a straight beatbox is a really, really tough thing to put up well for a CD. It's not something that people want to pop in and listen to necessarily. So I've thought about just doing like maybe some routines and snippets and then mixing it up on a CD it would just be called like Just Music. I'd have some fingerstyle guitar, maybe sing a little bit, do some beatboxing, stuff like that.
Right on. So if you had to power through and do like a 4-song or a 6-song EP, and it was required to clock in between 24 and 30 minutes, could you do it continually? Like, what's the longest that you have just gone in terms of minutes in a row without having to stop and take a rest?
It's tough to say, man. Because a lot of the times I'm slated for something. I think I've gone 30, 40 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Straight. And those ones were pretty much straight beatbox, too. It gets tough because you start to lose track of material, or you want to, in your head, you want to make sure you're trying not to repeat too much shit, which is, again, is tough when you only have so many sounds you can do. But I could definitely do it if I planned it out. Yeah, for sure. I'm physically 100% capable. My throat won't give out, my jaw won't give out, my tongue won't give out, my lips won't give out. It's just, most of the time I'm essentially freestyling or deciding what I'm going to do right when I'm on stage. So it's tougher for me to go longer that way, but if I had it planned out, yeah, for sure. Like if someone was like, hey, you're going to come and open up for a DJ set at First Ave, do 30 minutes, I could easily do it. I just have to plan it out.
How many bottles of water would you... Well, I suppose you couldn't stop to take drinks because you're in the middle of...
Yeah, and which is possible, I think. Otherwise, I can slip it in because I can do big like drooping openings where I could get a quick sip in if I needed to.
How does your throat feel the next day after doing that?
Usually fine. It depends on what I'm doing, but usually fine. My typical throat bases are it's just like singing really at this point.
So are you like hoarse or gruff the next day when you have like these monster sessions?
No, not really.
Really?
Like I said, because it's really when you're doing things, it sounds like there's stress on my voice, but it's not really stress. It's just like I said, it's just like singing. Just another way of projecting through your vocal cords. So when you do it right, it's not really painful or uncomfortable. Sometimes when you're learning something new, you can get a few twinges, but yeah, typically you're not hurting yourself.
Well, I was reading up on some different beatbox techniques last night, and one thing I kept seeing in multiple articles is how beatboxing is easier on your vocal cords than singing. Much the same way that walking is easier on your knees than jogging.
I guess I could see it to some degree because when you're singing, you're constantly putting pressure through as you're singing. But if I'm doing stuff with my throat beatboxing, a lot of times it's just a spit like a boom. So, I'm not projecting that the entire time. So it is a little different in that respect, yeah.
So when you're going and let's say you're on stage and you're just doing some shit freestyling, average it out. What's in terms of like seconds, your average breath will get you how many seconds of sound? 30? Because I try to listen to it when I go back and listen to the routines you've done on the show.
Maybe 15 seconds.
Okay.
Because one of my favorite things to do is ride a bass line. That's what I call it. Surfing the bass wave. And that's basically when you're just doing like it's really good with hip hop. And that's like...
Checking his watch.
You know what I mean? So I can those are some of my favorite riffs to do, and those, yeah, I'd say 15, 20. If I'm on stage too, I'm also moving around a lot and I'm out of shape. So then I gotta pace myself a bit more, but
maybe what you need to do is just go in like a training regimen like Rocky 4.
100%, yeah.
Just montage it out.
I need to lose weight for sure.
Just do what I do sometimes and just start skipping invisible rope.
I could.
You're just basically hopping in place and moving your wrists and looking like an asshole who's flapping like somebody with Asperger's syndrome. But it's good cardio.
It works. Yeah, well, like I said, man, the elliptical you gave me is great. It's just since I started doing arm wrestling stuff, I pretty much just do bicep curls all fucking day. So
yeah, but don't... Okay, let's talk about that now. Now that you bring that up. I have had this fucked up elbow for 2 months now. And at first I thought I had fucked it up by holding the little one too much. Because, when you're holding you're just in a basic flex the whole time.
Yep.
And I would feel it right here where my bicep attaches at my elbow at the tendon. And then like a week went by and it felt a little better. And then I changed up my arm routine. I mean, I was doing drop sets. So, you start at a high weight and then just work your way down in circuits. And I'd start with a 40-pound dumbbell, then go to the 25, then go to the 15. And I'd do 20 of each and then 16. And then I'd get down to like 4. And by the end, I'm just like, fuck. So then we had all that fucking snow, and then I had tennis elbow from shoveling, and I was feeling it.
Dude, shovel tennis, the fucking tendonitis, dude. Shoveling is so fucking horrid. I had the same thing, dude, where I was shoveling with tendonitis, and it was just miserable.
Well, it keeps like creeping back into it, so it's like affected my ability to do pull-ups lately.
Yeah, I guess probably not the best thing to do. Maybe I'm not like I don't know much about physical biology, but from what I typically do nowadays is mostly what I guess you'd call rehab work.
Yeah.
Because after working like a Tuesday, like I'll go to practice tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll be out of commission for a couple days typically, depending on how I practice that night. Because there's certain ways to pull when you're arm wrestling where you're not going to have as much pressure in your elbow, outside mainly. But if I start going inside or getting any sort of side pressure, my elbow just fucking blows up to bits, dude.
Ugh.
Just to fucking bits. To the point where basically it's you basically have toothaches, is what we call them, toothaches in your arms. You can't fucking sleep at night. A lot of people quit arm wrestling because it's
I get that because I've had
soreness,
issues
dude.
with my tendons. They went from the outside to the inside, back to the outside, and my wife is a massage therapist, so she's like, "Well, no, it's in your shoulder." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah,
it's in my shoulder.
Tendonitis is, if you have it, and from what I gather from some of like physical therapists I watch on YouTube,
yeah,
high rep, lightweight stuff, just every day, because even when you're healing, you want to do stuff to show your tendon how it's supposed to be moving. You know what I mean? You don't just want to not do shit and be sedentary, because that's not going to help it.
Right.
And and the general consensus with a lot of weightlifters is lightweight high reps anyways, never going to failure.
See, I've never been one of those people that does that where, I mean, I know you can bulk up your arms easy by going 2 or 3 times a week and just crushing it,
So a lot of dudes
less reps for more weight, and I'm just like, dude, that's fucking dumb.
I exercise every day, dumbbell curls.
Every day, and you don't get pain from overtraining?
Because I'm never going to failure. I got 40-pound dumbbells, which is what I throw around typically now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just do, 10 an arm, take a break, minute and a half, 10 an arm, take a break, minute and a half, 10 an arm, go, just the amount of weight overall that I'm moving is what I'm looking for. Not how much I'm moving at once.
Poundage. And
then if that's the heaviest I have now, so that one used to give me trouble. Now I'm pretty easily doing the 40, so I'm gonna go and grab like a 50 now. And then what I'll do is maybe once a week I'll hit the 50 and try to hit a PR. And that's pretty much what I did. Is I started at 25, and then I hit 40 with my PR. But now I can do 40 comfortably, so I'm moving to like 50 as my PR.
I have a 50, but I only use it for like bent over rows.
Yeah,
like I'm starting a lawnmower.
I don't think I could comfortably do that now, but 40s I'm pretty comfortable with a 40-pound now.
I used to do overhead presses when I lived in the apartment building because they had a weight room, so I didn't have to own so many dumbbells. Mm-hmm. Plus, I had a higher ceiling there. This fucking ceiling's less than 8 feet in the basement. Yeah. So, but overheads and just fucking crush it on tries. And
so I do that with my 25 typically.
I don't get the same effect doing that when I'm sitting down that I did when I was standing for some reason.
Yeah, I always try to stand when I can for sure because I'm standing at the table.
But the end result is I went and bought myself one of those fucking copper-infused Brett Favre like elbow sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
Like they had the copper ones for your knees and ankles, and I found one at Menards on clearance. I'm like, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to spend $5 and see if it works. Which it's awesome, but if you sleep with it on, don't be surprised when the next day, the arm that you're wearing it on, that hand is swollen as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had to consult Nurse Ashley, who's been on the show and is the current RPS Intercontinental Championship Challenge champion.
Shit.
But never comes to the show because she's so busy, so that's why I'm the interim champion. I did it UFC style. But yeah, I'm wearing like an old man elbow brace, and people have seen it on me like, what are you doing? I'm like, tendonitis. Like, I'm 36. I shouldn't fucking have these issues.
It depends on what you do, man. We get it all the time. It's just part of the sport for us, elbow issues. There's dudes that they can't stretch their arms out all the way.
Like Popeye?
Yeah, because they're so tight so much when they're training, they can't even extend their arms all the way. Or they've had surgery, so they can't. Where they've broken arms or something.
Jesus Christ, has he broken his arms?
But I train with the real Popeye.
That's what I'm saying. Is that guy?
I don't think Jeff Davis ever broke his arms, no.
Okay. So I only know him as Popeye.
Well, I'm assuming that and they don't really know what it is. I don't think it's gigantism, like what most people would think it is. But I'm assuming his bones are fucking huge and strong under there as well. That's typically how it works. Like it's like a Oleg Zak. He's from Eastern Europe, I want to say. Maybe Russia.
Mm-hmm.
But same thing, he just has it in one arm, where his forearm bones are just fucking gigantic. And he's just got this huge rotation because of it.
So
But
he's
it's
got
just
this
one arm.
massive one arm and then this regular other arm.
Yep.
Much like how girls have one boob bigger than the other.
Mm-hmm. And he used to pretty much arm wrestle with just the one, but now if you look at him now, he's kind of pretty much an overall athlete. Like even his off arm is sharp looking.
Oh, no shit. Well, that was an odd turn of going from talking about the show to talking about arm wrestling.
Love it.
But that's what you get with Blumpkin and Friends. You never know what to expect.
Hey,
Unless we've reached the point in the show when it's time to play a game.
fuck.
What do you mean, fuck? What are you pouting about, Mr. BS Trivia record holder still?
Am I still?
8 out of 10. Nobody's fucking touched it.
Really?
All the scores have been, like, way lower. When the game first started, people were skewing it like 6, 7. Then you knocked out that 8. I had a few 5s. Then I got some 4s. Reese Hartfeld, I believe, set the record with 2 for the low. Yeah, he's just like, I don't fucking know stuff.
Oh, shit.
It's time to play bullshit trivia on Blumpkin and Friends. So anyways, BS trivia, it's 10 questions. There might be an answer, there might not be, and sometimes I'll give you half a point for creativity.
Cool.
There are the standard questions that I carry over every time. Buddy, shut the fuck up! And you've played this, so you know how it works, so I'm just going to go into it.
Kick it.
Question number 1. Spell reverberation. Because we're talking about beatboxing and throat stuff.
What's gonna throw me off is so it's gonna, I'm sure, be REVERB oration, reverberation. This is the vowel that's gonna kill me. REVERB ERATION.
That is correct.
Is it? Fuck you.
Good for you. Right out of the gate. He's on the board. Question number 2. Better snack, Cheez-Its or Better Cheddars?
I've never had a Better Cheddar, so I'm gonna have to take a swing at it. I don't even really like Cheez-Its, to be honest with you, unless you're talking like the duos. So I'm gonna say Cheez-Its because the Cheez-It duos are fucking ridiculous.
That is correct, because Better Cheddars are crappy.
Fair enough.
Even though it's an opinion-based question, there is a right answer, and that's my opinion.
I think so, yeah.
All right, he's 2 for 2. Question number 3. And I tried to keep it topical to what we're discussing tonight. Name 2 of the 3 male vocal types,
Oh, shit.
like in music.
Oh, it's the same as the women, isn't it?
I'm hoping I wrote that question clear enough.
Are you talking like bass, tenor, alto? We'll say that.
Okay, well, tenor, baritone, and bass. So you got 2 out of the 3. So he's still riding the wave.
Fuck it.
That's 3 in a row. Yeah. Question number 4. True or false, there are no movies about beatboxing?
False.
That is correct. The movie is simply called Beatbox, and it stars most of Beatbox House.
Yep.
And it came out in 2015.
Yep. And a new one just came out too.
Did it really?
Yep.
Fuck. I couldn't even find that.
And I think there might be a really old one, like one like a cheesy, like over the top style beatboxing movie.
Kind of like Breakin' and Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, no, exactly. Those are actually kind of
dancing and shit.
Those are kind of dope.
Or the movie Hackers, which, looking back, was a fucking terrible representation of computer hacking.
Terrible. I don't know if you
It was more about music and fashion than anything, I think. Really.
I forget the YouTube channel. But they do this thing called technique critique, where they bring in an expert and have them analyze stuff for movies. You know, like voices and dialects, hacking, rock climbing, and they had one for Hackers. It was fucking hilarious.
Did the rock climbing one have to deal with cliffhanger?
Yeah, I think that one was on there, and then there was like the Mission Impossible 2 one, which was for the most part legit. They had that kid on there that did those really wicked free climbs that was analyzing them, and he said it was legit except for when Tom Cruise jumped for no reason, just to show off that he could jump on a rock. He's like, you'd never do that.
Well, he's Tom fucking Cruise.
True.
Plus, he didn't technically jump. I just want everybody to know he floated.
True.
On phaetons.
Mm-hmm.
Because Scientology.
Through the power of Scientology.
Question number 5. Spell karaoke.
Fucking spelling shit. This one is tricky because it's not exactly how it sounds. So I'm trying to think if it's K-A-O or K-O-A. I want to say K-O-A. K-O-A-R-O-K-E.
No.
Fuck.
Karaoke.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Karaoke.
Karaoke.
Yeah. Yeah, oh God, I was hoping you were going to run the table.
Fuck me too.
And just crush Lunchbox's spirits. But you can recover because there's 5 more questions. Question number 6. Higher Rotten Tomatoes score, The Greatest Showman or The Greatest Show on Earth?
You know, this one's a complete guess. We'll say the second one.
No.
Fucking cocksucker.
The Greatest Show on Earth is really old, and it's about the behind-the-scenes comings and goings of Barnum and Bailey's Circus. 45%. The Greatest Showman, which apparently was a really shitty movie, but entertained well, with Wolverine there, Hugh Jackman singing. 56%. Yeah.
Well, maybe I can at least tie my score.
Maybe. And I hope I'm pronouncing this person's last name right. Question number 7. Kayla Malati.
Milady.
Would you?
Would I what?
Would you?
This is somebody that I know and respect. I'll say yes because I think she's a beautiful young lady.
That's what I was basing it off of.
But she's also very nice, very cool, and they do, her and her boyfriend Mark do really, really awesome stuff for, like, speech therapy. They're really fantastic people.
Yeah, that question has nothing to do with actually examining the content of a person's moral fiber. It's
but
all
I have
about
to because
looks.
I respect the hell out of her. But yeah, she's pretty, yes.
Okay, here's your equalizer. Question number 8. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
You've given me this one before. I'm going to say in a 1995 Mac. Because it was a game we used to play in school. On the old Macintosh computers.
I didn't think of that before. That's a good one. No, she's actually at the Florida Beatbox Festival in Ayers, France.
That's a good beatbox festival.
Yeah, and you never would have guessed that. That's why I like to do that, because I'm a dick. Question number 9. Complete this phrase. Boots and...
Cats.
Okay, there we go. Correct. Question number 10. What do the initials MC stand for?
Master of Ceremonies.
That is correct. I also would have accepted microphone controller.
Microphone commander.
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4,
7?
5, 6, 7. You almost tied yourself, but
I got a good average, though.
You are still crushing it on that average.
I like it. I
That's
like
good.
it.
Good for you. Means I get to write your name on the wall.
Good for you.
again.
Good for you.
Way to try there, fella. So now, as we get to the end of the show, when's the next time that you and John Retrieson are performing?
So it'd be the first Thursday in May, I believe. I don't know the exact date.
Oh, let me get my calendar and my grandpa phone. May 2nd?
Yep, sounds right.
And that will be at
Lee's Liquor Lounge.
for Thirsty Thursdays.
Well, that's Firsty Thursdays. That's what it is.
Because it's the first one.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that. It's clever as hell.
Okay. Any other stuff that you're doing right now you want to...
Yeah, so I got an AV show I'm doing at that television studio in Minneapolis the 26th of this month. It's a Friday. And it's going to be a lot of like audio-visual artists, and I'm kind of emceeing that one as well, doing the in-betweens, which is cool. It's a new opportunity to meet some new folks, maybe talk to some people who do recording and TV type shit.
Is that all ages or is that 18 plus?
You know, I'm assuming that's all ages. I'm actually not 100% sure, but I would assume all ages.
Because Thirsty Thursdays is 21 plus, is it not?
Yes, that one's a bit more adult, yeah.
Because it's at a bar.
It's at a bar. Otherwise, I'm doing my voiceover stuff. You know, check me out on Instagram at Noise Monster. Give them a like. I bullshit on there a lot, and I'm working on starting to get some momentum with some Twitch streaming. And so what I'm doing there is I'm basically trying to get my voices out there. Well, so what I'll do is I'll play like Apex Legends, you know, the battle royale games, and I'll play with random people, and then do my voices to fuck with them.
Interesting concept.
It's kind of fun.
Rather than just like losing and then swearing in a high-pitched, prepubescent voice at somebody.
Yeah, well, there's two types of streamers for games, right? There's people that are professional gamers that are good at games, and there's people that are more entertainers. So I'll be obviously the more entertainment side because I'm dog shit at Apex, but it's fun. I've got 2 voices I'm working on now. Original one, and then kind of like a rework of an impression. And they're fun. I was bullshitting around with the one today I'm working on, which is Sassy Stephen Hawking.
Sassy Stephen Hawking.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get a sample of that?
Yeah, so tell me, dude, you fucking suck at this game. Tell me that.
You fucking suck at this game.
Kind of like your mom. I'm going to be your dad by next week.
Oh, look at that. Why the fuck are you down here? Yeah, the cat's here, but what do you want? Go upstairs.
Probably candy.
Bye. I just want to throw this out there that she's going on 2, and I accidentally taught her to call the cat an asshole.
That's awesome.
Because I've said, Buddy, you asshole, get off the counter. So one day she just goes, Buddy, asshole. Asshole. So she was doing that for a while, and now she does this thing, like when Stuart goes to his dark place, she gets all, like, gruff. She's like, Buddy, asshole. Asshole.
Jesus.
Like she's trying to push out a shit that's too big for her butthole.
I mean, she might be.
Yeah, it's funny. So I've got a 1-year-old that swears.
Yeah, I'm sure my kid's going to have a potty mouth too. I'll probably get in trouble for that once he's in school.
Well, thankfully, my mother-in-law hasn't heard it yet, so I haven't. I'm sure that if it comes up at Easter, I'll just get lamb-basted over ham dinner.
Yeah, words are words, man. I don't give you. It doesn't matter if you.
That's how I fucking feel.
I love swearing.
It's good. It is. It is. It's super good. Oh, God, it makes me feel so good inside.
It does. It's just, yeah. I like yelling. I like swearing. I like being vulgar. It's fun.
Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Blumpkin and friends. We are on iTunes and on Podbean at blumpkinshow.podbean.com. For original songs, go to soundcloud.com/BlumpkinMusic. And for related shows on the same podcast network, go to infirmary.org for Infirmary Media Podcasts. I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
And this is Dr. Mer.
Good night. And you're going to play us out.
Yeah!
Bitch.